You are listening to Phone Eats First. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Phone Eats First. My name is Cori May, Cori in the kitchen. How have you know me? How have you found me? Hi, hello. I'm so happy you're here. Hopefully this is video number 2 that you were watching. Believe it or not, I am learning to do video for podcasts, and that is very big news for me. I'm very excited. And like I said in the last episode, which hopefully the video got produced, I'm literally learning as I go. So reminder to yourself that anything is possible. You can do anything you put your mind to. Just kidding. But I'm not kidding. It's possible. No one has taught me how to do this. Yes, I've asked friends. There's one friend that has a podcast. I've asked him for a lot of advice, but other than that, I'm just attempting and kind of succeeding. So here we go. Today's episode is going to be a Q&A with Cori May. But first, we'll get into the weekly report. So our reading, I'm still reading A Court of Thorns and Roses, book number 3, which is called A Court of Wings and Ruin. I joked in my last podcast that I would never literally know the name of the book I'm reading, and I literally said the name wrong. I said Wind and Ruin. So just to further prove my point, I never know the name of the book I'm reading. But I am hopefully going to finish that soon and move on to complete the series maybe before summer ends. I don't know. I can read whenever I want, I guess. All right, eating. I am still going through all of my farmer's market meat, which is great. It is such an investment. I'm so happy that I spent a lot of money on meat at the market because meat at the market. That's not even funny. I don't know. Meat at the farmer's market because it's lasted me so long and I feel really good about eating it. And I know it's coming from a good local source. And I've had a lot of different things with it. I've made pasta, I've made tacos, I've made burgers. I also got steaks. So it's really lasted for forever. My obsession is fun drinks. And today on the pod, I am drinking some pomegranate green tea. So I literally always have something other than water with me in addition to water. I'm one of those people that walks out of the house with 6 different beverages. I could literally never live in a city solely because of the drinks I carry with me everywhere. So I recommend just adding a nice little drink to your day. And it doesn't have to be coffee. It doesn't have to be something expensive. It could literally be a seltzer water. It could be kombucha. It could be something that you buy at the store. But just to really mix it up. Or even Element electrolyte packets. Orange salt is my favorite flavor. And it's basically Gatorade, but I know it's better for you because it doesn't have all the sugars. Or it's sugar-free actually. So just something to spruce up your water and your beverages. While also staying hydrated, obviously. All right, our recipe, sourdough, just because I've made so much sourdough recently, and all it is flour and water. If you want more details, let me know. I'm also happy to share Josephine with you. I'm happy to sell you some bread, maybe give you some bread if you're nice to me. I don't know, but it's literally so easy and it is really fun. So if you're interested, I recommend giving it a shot. It's definitely a learning curve, but hey, we're learning new things around here. We're just jumping in head first, like a video podcast per se. All right, tea, treat. Wait, I wrote in my notes, fun drinks. I definitely meant to only do that once. Ooh, let's see. My treat is going to be, my treat today is my dessert sourdough that I had this morning because regular sourdough is just not enough. You got to have dessert sourdough too, aka chocolate sourdough. So tying back into my recipe, it's literally just regular sourdough starter and flour, but you also add in cocoa powder, chocolate chips, and it does have brown sugar in it, but I do think it's necessary. You could probably take it out or maybe cut the serving in half, but I don't know. I just full sent the sugar. I want this to actually be sweet, and it's really good. All right, that is the short and sweet weekly report. Now let's get into the Q&A. All right, shout out the people that submitted questions and the one person that I was like, hey, can you send me some questions? Because I know you have good questions, aka Charlie Cash, my sister-in-law. So we're just going to dig in. Number 1, what is my skincare routine? And I know you're asking because my skin is just flawless, right? No, it's not. But it's good. I do have decent skin. Is it always great? No. But some days are better than others, I will say. And my skincare routine has actually gotten a lot less complex. I've never been one of those people that put 30,000 different things on my face, but I have always had a good cleanser. Right now I have 2. I have La Roche-Posay, however you say that, you guys know what I'm talking about. I have that cleanser, and then also CeraVe, and I kind of alternate. They're literally just gentle cleansers. And then I have also La Roche-Posay moisturizer, one with SPF and one without. So I obviously use the SPF one every day and then the one without SPF every night. I do have a vitamin C serum that I really like. It's from Derma E, and I put that on in the morning before moisturizer. And I also have that same brand of an exfoliant. I forgot about that. So I use that in the shower too, like a facial exfoliant. And that's really it. And I use Vaseline or Aquaphor on my lips at night. I do have pimple patches that I use a little too much, but I mean, they work. So, and that's it. That's all I do. I rarely wear makeup. My makeup routine is to brush my eyebrows up and curl my eyelashes and put on Vaseline on my lips, and that's it. All right. So I keep it simple if you can't tell, and simple and hydrated. All right, number 2. What do you wish was more readily available at the farmer's market? So for sure, fruit, like all the time, like peak season fruit. So like strawberries, watermelon, blackberries, blueberries that I'm buying all the time anyways. Peaches, like just every single fruit, like apples. And a lot of this is available year round, but like when it is prime strawberry season, like you know how good those are. So that, and then also just the things that I buy at the grocery store on the regular, like avocados, lemons, limes. It'd be nice if those were at the farmer's market too. And then I could just kind of like one-stop shop for all of my produce. Also like spinach and lettuce. Like sometimes it's around, sometimes it's not. There's oftentimes kale, but I don't really eat kale anymore. It makes me extremely gassy. So I try to avoid kale. Yeah. So just kind of like my simple produce. I wish it was there all the time. All right. Number 3, healthy comfort meals. And so when I think of a comfort meal, I think of something that is warm for the most part. And like when I eat it, it's probably like pretty carb heavy and it's going to make me feel like very satiated. So definitely soup. That's an obvious one. And like soup like is quite healthy. Like the only thing is you want to make sure you're still getting your protein in. So, which is pretty easy to do if it still has protein. I mean, if it has meat in it or like a lot of beans maybe, or if you're vegetarian, definitely go heavy on the beans. But I like a chicken gnocchi kale soup. That's one of my favorites. I also just love like a roasted, insert vegetable name, like red pepper, tomato, whatever type of soup. And then you can always serve it with like a chicken grilled cheese or something. That way you're still getting your protein in. Like that would be a for sure comfort meal. And I know people think like grilled cheese isn't really healthy. And I mean, it's definitely not. Like it's not a power food or anything. But I mean, I have my homemade sourdough bread. And cheese really isn't that bad for you. It's everything in moderation. So you're also getting your vegetables in with the soup. So all in all, I think it's an okay meal. And I don't love grilled cheese. Like I'm never going to be like, ooh, that is what I want right now. But when you have it every once in a while with tomato soup, like you're going to be okay. Something else that's a comfort meal for me that most people probably would not agree with is tacos. And I think it's just because my mom made tacos currently still makes tacos all the time. So whenever we would have like our friends over in high school or just like big groups or never really know what to make, we would have tacos. So I make tacos quite often still. And like when I say tacos, I don't even mean like taco shells. I just mean a bowl with taco meat and all the fixins. So to me, that's for sure a comfort meal and definitely very healthy because you have your protein, your healthy fats if you have cheese and avocado, and then all the vegetables. And then another comfort meal is definitely like any type of Italian pasta dish. That's one of my favorite things to make for sure, just because I think it's extremely satisfying to like mince the garlic, the onion, everything. And then like pasta is really easy to make. And so I don't know, just the act of everything feels very aesthetic to me. So I enjoy that. It's also, I would say, relatively healthy if you know where most of the stuff's coming from. And then just in general, like I feel like everything I cook is healthy for the most part. So my definition of comfort food is going to change just kind of whatever I'm in the mood for, and also absolutely on the season. So yeah, that's a good question. All right, number 4, top 5 cities I would want to live in. So number 1, San Diego. Number 2, San Francisco. Number 3, New York. And that might surprise people, but I would love to live in New York for a little bit. I just know I never will. 1, because of Callie. The lifestyle, she's not built for it. Also, number 2, I'm not built for it. I hate the cold. So I just, I can't do it, but I love the idea of it. I think New York is one of the coolest places ever. And the people, the culture, the food, the like just the lifestyle, it's like it's beautiful. So I always wanted to do a summer internship in New York, and I was really close to it one time until, it just happened to be summer 2020. So that didn't happen, to say the least. But yeah, I don't know. I have gone every year since graduation because I have a friend that lives there, and then now more of my friends are living there, so I'll have more reasons to go more often. But I just think it's an awesome place. And then somewhere out west, which I don't really have a specific spot in mind, but I mean like somewhere like Jackson Hole or maybe even Boulder, not Denver, but just like somewhere in like the mountains where you can get like the summertime horse girl life, even though I don't like horses, but just the like hiking mountains, it's beautiful in the summer. And then in the winter you can ski. I just think that is such like a nice contrast of lifestyle, and I feel like you can't be sad if you ever live out there. Like there's so much to do, and it is absolutely breathtaking everywhere you look. And then lastly would be Charleston, South Carolina, just because I am a beach girl through and through. So that's like probably the most realistic one on the list. Also, like somewhere in Hawaii would be really cool. I don't know if I would be built for that, but could be cool. All right, number 5, favorite cooking show. So as you guys know, I don't watch TV, but cooking show, Dinner with Friends by Wishbone Kitchen. I've only watched one episode, so that kind of reminds me I need to watch more. I mean, she doesn't have a ton out, but she posts them on YouTube. And Meredith Hayden is just hilarious and also a great cook. She's just a great personality, and so I'm obsessed with her. I like love everything she does. So that would be my one cooking show I would say I watch. Okay, number 6. Which Disney princess heroine do you most associate yourself with? I'm going to go... Actually, let me know what you guys think, because it's hard to like put one for yourself. I'm going to go with Elsa, just because she's made of ice. And my mother jokes with me that I'm like a cold-hearted snake. So... And obviously we kind of have similar features. Blonde hair, blue eyes, duh. I wish I could sing like her though. That'd be cool. Okay, number 7. What interior design vibe would your house be if I didn't rent? So clearly the vibe that you were looking at, I love color. If you can't tell, my hat's bright pink, the walls teal, which thankfully like the walls were teal when we got here. And I like blue's my favorite color. So I love the color of the wall. And obviously these 2 paintings are like, I've like a rainbow thrown up on it. So I love color, but for sure the vibe would be like coastal with kind of blues, and just picture the beach, like the ocean, just like different shades of light blue. But I also want everything to have like a warm touch to it, because I want my house to feel warm and cozy. So yeah, that would be the vibe. Like definitely still, I don't know. I feel like white and light blue kind of just like those colors bring, not white, but blue brings me peace. So yeah, I don't know. I also love green, just like nature tones, but more like brighter than the average. Like people that have all white and tan and neutral homes, yes, they're beautiful, but I'm like, where's the personality? Like, I don't know how you don't have color in your house. And I also like can't wait to have like a photo wall. I would imagine it would be with like wedding photos, engagement photos at some point in time. I don't know. Maybe it'll just be me and Callie. Who knows? But printed probably in like black and white, or if the pictures are done at the beach, it would match the vibe of the house. But just like those blown up and like hung, and kind of like the squares on the door behind me, like just hung up in a nice symmetrical wall. I don't know. Okay, number 8. One part of your health wellness routine you wish you could skip every day. So the part of my routine that is the most tedious to me are the things in the kitchen, like to prep for the next morning or the night. So that is making freaking ice cubes. I have 2 ice trays, and it is my least favorite thing to do, to fill it up with water, put it in the freezer. It takes me literally 30 seconds, but I don't like it at all. I don't know why. So that I would love to skip. And also just like making my coffee and my greens. That doesn't bother me too much. Like the number one thing is for sure my ice tray. Like I don't mind making my bed, cleaning the dishes, cleaning my room. It is the kitchen tasks that drive me nuts, and I don't know why. What are you most excited for about end of summer or this coming fall? So for fall, for sure, soup, football, friends, family, trips, colder weather, the clothes that come with colder weather, just like the whole fall season I love. Like also just, I don't know, just like the trips. And to me, fall is like a time of newness. So I'm excited for that. 3 favorite ways to take care of yourself. This is my last question. So I love walks and that they bring me peace and make me happy and just like center myself. And I typically throw on a podcast while I'm listening to it. I mean, I typically throw on a podcast while I'm walking. My bedtime routine is also sacred. So I shower, get in bed with my tea, and I read my book. I'm with Callie, and it is just like peace and quiet. And then also just how I fuel myself with food and water all the time. Like food is sacred to me, and I love the act of cooking and eating and cleaning. Just like the whole thing is very centering for myself. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this Q&A. That's all I've got for you. If you don't already, follow me on Phone Eats First Pod on Instagram, Cori_in the kitchen on Instagram, and leave a rating and a review wherever you listen to your podcast. And we will talk soon. You are listening to Phone Eats First.